What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Nice, we got a good amount of people joining us for the start. Can't complain there. Awesome. Good to be back. Yesterday was a little exciting. We didn't stream. I gotta sleep sometimes. It's all good. We're back. We're gonna break it down here for you. Let's get these out of the way. Good to have everybody join us again. If you haven't yet, please smash that like button. Music's a little loud. Okay, just loud music. Alright, that's a little better. Please smash that like button if you haven't yet. New stream, new likes. Appreciate it. Helps us stay in search results. Shows our video to extra people, etc. It's really good. Good stuff. If you're new, if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past. Please hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 20,000 subscribers. The growth we've seen in the last 2 months is mind-blowing. And would love to have you guys join us daily for our live streams. Best way to do that, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're in the Discord. Link is pinned. Link is pinned to the top of the chat for Discord. And might as well get it out of the way quick. Wrong one. Patron, final shill. And we're done chilling today. It's not going to be a shill-filled episode. Check out the Patron, guys. Link is in the chat as well. We have a ton of members. Patron may be for you if you're looking for exclusive technical analysis posts, trade setups, macro market insights, etc. Posted daily and exclusive to patrons only. Also included the real value one-on-one time with crypto mentoring with your host, Tom Crown himself. Love touching base with you guys, getting to know you, helping you achieve your goals, etc. So check out the Patreon when you have a moment. Maybe not the second, but we would love to have you. We're always growing, always looking for new members. There we go, shill's out of the way. We can get into the good stuff. Mr. Coin Collector, my man. For whatever reason that didn't go off, probably because I switched scenes. I see you though, brother. Thank you for the $9.99. You know what? Let's replay that. I guess it's just not going to read it. Alright, whatever. I'll read it. Tom, still holding MGTI Monster Day. Where are the next levels? Love you. Love you too, brother. You know what? Usually we start with the corn, but I'm kind of curious. MGTI stock, crypto mining stock that the, buddy, oh buddy, that the wonderful coin collector had me look at quite some time ago, back in December and November. At the time, 23 cents seemed like a crazy call, and looks like this thing has put on some wicked gains. Wow. How's that 1300% doing ya? What's up, Wolfpack, man? Grabbing those emotes. Appreciate you, brother. Good to see you, Wolfpack. And thanks for joining us last night. Patron night was wild. I'm surprised I'm alive today, but I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm back in it. MGTI, holy crap, 1300%. Pat yourself on the back there, coin collector. I would not have looked at this without you coming in here and pointing it out to me. So, where's the next levels? Let's take a look. Currently at the 382 retracement at 14.9 cents. Man, this is up from a penny. From a penny, bro. Holy crap. We're at the 382 retrace at 15 cents, roughly 14.91. It looks like closing the day at that level. Let's take a look here. RSI looking good. We have a nice high in RSI with corresponding high in price. MACD flexing. Holy monster candle, dude. Holy crap. As we said, back at 1 penny, 1.2 something cents, we're looking for a 50% retrace all the way up to a 618. That would put this at 30 cents to 66 cents. At the time, seemed unbelievable. Now quickly approaching reality. Man. What do you even say about this? It looks like Bitcoin. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. This weekly, holy man, you're sitting on something there. Monstrous weekly. 20 cents could be a solid take profit target as well. Would not surprise me to see a back test of 5 cents at some point, but man, with the way that candle closed, it does look like it is gunning for at least 20. We saw 20 previously back in 2016 hold as support, and is likely to act as some resistance on the way up here. So I'd be keeping my eye at that level. 20 cents. Dude, you're just sitting on a gold mine at this point. I don't even know what I would say if I was in at this stock down here and we looked at it. That is an amazing position to be in. Congratulations to you, my friend. If you're looking to get out of it, 20 cents may be your call. If you're looking to keep riding it, you may see upwards of 30, possibly even 66 cents. This is going to be very difficult to call, really time or call this move. Let's see, the monthly is, what do you even say, man? The monthly is still at 47 RSI. Still floored. Look at how much room. On the monthly, traded up to 72 RSI back in 2016 in June, and currently at 50. This has room to run. Dang yo. Like what is going on with this, dude? What even is this? I don't even know what I'm looking at. We see the 50 monthly moving average quickly approaching into our target retrace box, with the 100 looking to make it there just a little bit later. Holy man. Congrats, bro. That's all I have to say on that topic. Let's get back to the corn. Let's get back to the corn. But thank you again, Mr. Coin Collector. Appreciate you, brother. Is this music too loud? It sounds loud in my ear. There we go. That's good enough. What's up, everybody? Everyone's finding their way back in. Always nice. 200 watching, 80 likes. Please smash that like button. Just smash it. Let's get these views up. I have this set up. I think so. I like that thumbnail. Just up. You're nice. I'm still low. We're just got into it 8 minutes ago. People are finding their way. So let's jump into this technical analysis. As usual, what we do, I like to look back at our old charts, see what we were thinking the other days, previous days, see what's changed, and that can help us get an idea of maybe what's ahead. We saw that solid bounce at 34,450, and we rode that. Holy. Yesterday, all the way up to 41,986, coming just shy of 42,000 on Coinbase. Wild ride, man. Wild ride. We do see that we had a little fake apex at 40, selling off 10% really quickly before regaining traction. Does look as if the 1 hour 50 moving average, one of our favorite indicators, one of our favorite trading signals over the last few weeks, held as support here on the 8th yesterday, and it also, I already had this lined up for today's TA, but the previous hourly candle having touched the 50 perfectly before regaining some of its losses in the previous candle, closing above the 20 moving average on the hourly, putting it back in good standing on the Bollinger Bands here. I mean, if you just look at this, that's looking pretty nice. We're going to take a more in-depth look here. Absolutely, as we always do, but this is the new candle, and it is set up rather nicely. Looking, I have this marked on the other one, but looking for this hourly close to close green above the 20 on the hourly, and that will set this up for a solid close into the end of the day here. RSI is not telling us much on the hourly, neither is MACD. We do see that selling momentum is cutting it close here. We can see this candle flickering back and forth from dark red to light red, indicating a little indecision. So the close of this hourly is likely to be influential, not just for the end of the day, but maybe for the next 8 to 10 hours. To see this losing selling pressure momentum here into the close of the daily really does, again, set it up to retest the high, 42,000, give or take. Who was here? Who was here back, not even just a few days ago, 4th, 5th, 6th of January, where we started looking at these measured moves. We were looking at 40,000. We were looking at 50,000 to 55,000. This 40K target seemed too good to be true at the time, and did not really hesitate to move up to those levels. It does seem right now bulls are in total control, and really does not seem to be selling pressure in the market. So let's get into the real TA. Let's zoom out. Let's take a look. Monthly, trading at new highs, obviously. This is the 4th solid green monthly candle in a row. However, 23 days to go. Plenty of time, more than enough time, for this green candle to close in any condition. Really can close, push up higher, or even at this point with 23 days left, this could be a red monthly candle. This is not going to help us at the moment. What we do see is MACD saying this is some serious buying momentum. Sellers are lost. They're lost at this point, according to the monthly. Looking at the weekly, you're not supposed to be here. Why? Why is it not letting me do that? What? Trading View, you troll me so hard sometimes. Here we go. There we are. All right, weekly. We have very few weekly levels to work with either. To be expected. New trading price not going to be history to help us out much here. Reflecting in price. So we look again to RSI and MACD. RSI, beautiful. New RSI high on the weekly with the new high in price. Can't ask for anything more there. Weekly momentum unfaltering, sustained, if not even gaining traction.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready. What's up, Drew? Marshall, welcome, brother. Good to have you. Enjoy those emojis. Unfortunately for everyone, the YouTube membership really is just about the emojis, but I do appreciate everyone who signs up for those anyway. I like those emojis. Let me spam some in chat. There it is. Weekly. Yeah, weekly done. Nothing going on really of notice other than pure carnage to the upside. We see on the weekly the 5 weekly moving average attempting to keep up with price. This weekly actually has traded down to 5 weekly before being bought back up, and now sitting in a solid green candle. The macro time frames here, they're just incredible. They're absolutely incredible. When we get to the daily, that's when we start seeing maybe some actually usable values here. Yeah, because everything else is lost. What we see here on the daily is the 20 moving average, or the middle Bollinger Band. Throw that on quick for the people at home. This white line, also known as 20 moving average, lining up perfectly in the sense of Bitcoin price levels, lining up perfectly with not only the yearly close, but that also creates a monthly close, a quarterly close, really strengthening this level at this time, and that's at 29,000. So while this is not visibly in play at the moment, in the event we get that retrace everyone's been waiting for, 30,000, 29,000, 28.99, likely to be a strong level for buyers. We did have a back test of that level on the 4th of January, so we did trade beneath 2021. That's going to be hard to get used to. We did trade below the 2020 close in this year, 2021. However, immediately got bought back up. Bulls unwilling to allow any kind of candle to close below that level, showing just extreme strength. So still an important value to keep an eye on. In fact, throughout the entire year, this is an important level. Wherever the year closed previously. Yeah, pro tip. Daily momentum looking good. Little counterintuitive here. As we see today's daily candle, at least at the moment, not the brightest, not the shiniest of candles. Currently a doji with a long bottom wick and a long top wick. These are not really what we love to see, however, not uncommon. We have seen these in this rally so far many times. Occasionally, or perhaps even commonly, they've led to a day or two of relaxed price movement. Though we look back, and the most recent examples were kind of just loading phases, runways, where we saw the next few days with large green candles following. It is really hard right now, extremely hard right now, to trust any bearish signal. Volume is picking up on the daily. In fact, strongly picking up on the daily. And read an article today. You know how I feel about news. Didn't fact check this, so take it with a grain of salt. But I did see that today, or at least in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin traded 99 billion worth of volume, putting it in the second highest 24-hour traded volume slot, just below Tether USDT. That's not uncommon. Lots and lots and lots of Bitcoin's volume is traded in Tether, but as well as other coins. And so to even come close to Tether in 24-hour traded volume is quite an accomplishment for Bitcoin. Similar to the weekly, we see the daily, and we don't always look at these moving averages, but it's hard not to when the ones we're used to using are so far away from price. But similar to the weekly, the daily 5 moving average, just holding, scooping, coddling the price. We see multiple examples of the daily wicking below, but really few examples of it closing below the 5 daily moving average. The 10, so the 5 is blue, sorry, 5 moving average is blue, and the 10 is orange here. And we do see even on the 4th, trading below both before closing above both, and the 5th back testing that 10 before taking off. Today's candle stopping perfectly on point with this 5-day moving average, acting as support, all kinds of goodies. Daily's still fine. And it would not surprise me actually to see this daily close higher, as MACD's momentum is not showing any signs of weakness despite the candle being rather small bodied. RSI reaching a new RSI high locally, so we don't have bearish divergence here, at least on the daily in the short term looking back. Let's see, actually we haven't taken a look at this in quite some time. Yeah, 94.63, the peak in December 2017 at 20,000, pushing daily RSI up to 94.63, now trading above 40,000. RSI only at just under 90. This suggests we could have some room still on the daily before kind of any necessary retracement. Certainly would love to see it push up above 95 on the daily RSI there. Would love to see that. Eliminate any doubts that this rally is a stronger rally than 2017, which at this point I think is pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. This is a pretty crazy rally going on here. If you haven't noticed, I would question, I don't know, if you're alive, if you're awake. Let's see. So January 3rd, where was I? January 3rd's high, 34,808. Having broken on the 6th, not back tested, but we see that line, that area, 34.8, lining up with the daily TK Tenkan, the shorter, quicker responding Ichimoku cloud line. To me, suggesting that this is another area of likely strong support. There's really no other way to argue that. And so I think that's all we have on the daily at the moment. So let's zoom in to the 12-hour. This is when the chart starts looking crazy. It's just from these fibs. Let's actually get rid of them. So 12-hour 12-hour TK, another kind of grasping at straws here because we don't have historical data to back it up. At 35,950. As we zoom in farther, we'll see actually that this value, this price point, has many indicators lining up there. You guys know I love when this happens. Love when this happens. It builds confidence in that price level, and it builds confidence that support could be found there in the event of a sell-off. 12-hour momentum is just, again, well, I don't even know what to call this. Maybe call this like a comb on MACD. This is very weird. It's very strange. But the one common theme is buying momentum. We have not seen on the 12-hour selling momentum since the 25th of December. That's many days. Many days. The 12-hour actually into this run was one of our strongest, I think, pieces of evidence that there could be more upside. Why is this not showing me how many candles? There we go. So that's 13 and a half days, really. 27 candles of just buying momentum. Rather crazy. There is a little issue here. Though, that I do want everyone to be aware of. Let's get rid of volume. Volume, it takes up too much room on the screen. There is something we need to be aware of. Price continues to set higher highs. MACD agrees, says, yeah, we're setting higher highs. We have more momentum. But we do have an issue. We have an issue here on our side for the 12-hour. This is definitely not new by any means. This has kind of plagued us, really, since, well, recently, actually. The 12-hour RSI has plagued us almost all the way up. On the 3rd of January, finally eliminating bearish divergence. Finally, from October, months of bearish divergence, despite price apparently being completely unaware. But we do have, right here, we have RSI is high on the 3rd of January, and despite it being the 8th of January now, at a higher price, RSI is lower, so this could be suggesting bearish divergence. It is very difficult to trust bearish divergence on the 12-hour, as I just said, because we've had, really, the entire way up, we've had issues, and it has not really mattered. I am comforted by the MACD not showing or reflecting that same bearish divergence and showing momentum is continuing. So at the moment, I'm not really concerned, but the 12-hour is leaning bearish. It's right here. It is leaning bearish. There's an hour and 20 minutes left till it closes. And so in that 1 hour and 20 minutes, we may see that correct. We may see that corrected. We'll find out as we look at these shorter time frames. There it is. Ichimoku, TK line on the 12-hour and the 10 moving average, both lining up at exactly the same point. And as I said, there's some shorter time frame things that also line up here, but I forgot about that one. The 10 moving average on the 12-hour, right up there with it. They're kissing. And it's just a suggestion of stronger support is likely. So let's see, 6 hour, man, there's too much going on in this chart. These fib retracements are really visually everywhere. 6 hour TK 38143, not really tested yet. In the event of a small sell-off on the 6 hour, that's likely where we would look, and we can see even just locally with these 6 hour candles that there is a 6 hour support that's going to be appearing there at 38,000. Rounded up, 38,000, lining up with that TK line. So there's a lot of reason to look for support, really, at almost every value underneath us. It's hard. It's hard to call. We got that bearish signal on the 6 hour on the January 5th. We talked about it live here, and I said this is a very weak bearish signal for Ichi. We are high above the clouds, and to have a cross down is not super threatening, and in fact we referenced the previous crossings and said this would not be surprising to see it immediately cross back up in the next candle or two. What's interesting is we didn't get the cross. I don't understand why it does this, so if anyone else knows, feel free. I don't really understand why it does this sometimes, but we can see visually this crossing down here of the green TK line and the purple KJ line. We see it cross down here on that candle. That's when we got the signal. And then we see it did cross back up, but we didn't get the up crossing sign. I'm not sure why. It may be because they both moved exactly sideways on top of each other before crossing, and that just kind of messes with triggering it. I don't know. But it is clear that they crossed back up as the green line has moved back above the purple line. Hopefully someone has an answer to that. I assume it's because they moved sideways together. And that just like trips out the Pine script. I don't know. You know what I'm gonna do, because this is giving me a headache. We're gonna rein in these fibs because this is giving me a visual headache. There we go. Excellent. That's much better. Much better. 6 hour also touching the 10. Dude, the 5 and the 10 moving averages here. Moving averages that I rarely have ever used or looked at. In the main players, you know, the 20 is like my bread and butter with the 50, and the 5 and 10 just running into relevancy somehow here on the 6 hour close. Would love to see it close above the 5, which is just at about 40k. That's looking rather likely, so not too much of a concern. Actually, do we look at MACD RSI? Here we go. This is circling back, my ADD self. Circling back on the 6 hour, we do see some buying momentum relaxing, some waning going on. We can tell by these series of dark blue candles. That does kind of complement the bearish lean on the 12 hour that we saw, or at least currently see. And we do see again on the 6 hour bearish divergence on RSI. As price continues higher, RSI does not. That can be a sign of reversal. I'm going to say it one last time, but it is very difficult to trust any bearish signals right now. Personally, I'm almost unwilling to trust any bearish signal until we see something in price. So until we see some kind of significant move. For instance, even just as a very local example, the 3rd of January, the high at 35,000, closing a daily below there, you know, the previous high that was tested as support on the way up, you know, then I'll start looking at something bearish. But guys, you just keep putting in higher candles, it's pretty obvious that bearish divergence is kind of irrelevant under those conditions. It's giving us the same signal it's given us since October. It's, you know, it's going to go down eventually. Yeah, I think everyone knows that. You know, price doesn't just go up, it goes up and down. So I'm going to have to see some kind of price action that convinces me that bearish signals are back in play. Even the 6 hour, man, look at these wicks. Look at these bottom wicks. Almost every candle this year with the bottom wick bought up with power. There are buyers. Buyers are still hungry. Buyers are not exhausted. In fact, this is didn't even like think about talking about this, but I just noticed it. When we look at the 6 hour, there's virtually no top wicks if we compare it to bottom wicks. 5th of January, one candle with a top wick. 27th of December, one candle with a top wick. Virtually every candle has a significant bottom wick, though. Really what that's doing is just hunting stop losses, baiting in shorts, cutting out high leverage longs, and really just freeing up space to the upside in doing so. Beautiful. We're going to do the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and then we're going to move on. We're going to look at all the magic going on. Everyone's excited for. So the 4 hour is very interesting as well. When I had first looked at this, we were actually in a red candle. We had a series of 3 red candles when I prepared this chart for the stream. And I don't believe we had actually tested the TK on the 4 hour, but we have. We have now. And that is marked here in the chart at 39,073. Any close on the 4 hour below this level is going to indicate to me at least short-term weakness. At least short-term weakness. 4 hour, bearish divergence, same thing. We're going to see this over and over and over again as we go down in time frames, so I'm going to probably stop pointing it out. Just know that it's there. 4 hour MACD, reflective of what we're seeing on the 6 and 12 hour with waning buying momentum. The 4 hour closer to rolling over, though. Closer to rolling over to selling. And that sounds spooky, but let's look back. Let's look back here. Last time the 4 hour rolled over, January 4th. We did get a nice little move to the downside. Our typical standard at this point, 20% retrace, which was caught so hard, man. We caught that incredibly hard on this channel. Where was it? January 4th. I think we like called the bottom of this live. Maybe not. I get stuff confused at this point. Which one was this? I guess I was in chart farther back. January 4th. Here we go. What were we thinking? There we go. This is, I don't know, just an example of what we do here, guys. We spotted bullish divergence. That is the beauty of these big candles, these 20% retraces, is they haven't found follow through. We haven't seen them really follow through. And what they're doing is they're just creating more bullish divergence. We can kind of rationalize that again by saying it's closing over leverage longs, baiting in shorts, and that's fuel to the upside. We saw the 6 hour 50 MA hold as support and closed above it, and price then did as we had expected, rallied up, continued up. I don't know why I pointed that out, just wanted to look at it. And so if we get this 4 hour rolled over again, likely gonna see something similar. Maybe we tested the Ichimoku cloud. I think this is for the first time on the 4 hour in this entire like rally, basically. Ooh, not true. Back in December we did, but that was the first touch to the Ichimoku cloud on January 4th since December 13th. Would not be out of this world to see it happen again. Would not. Let's see. That might put it here. We don't have the same cloud formation yet, so this may not play out in the short term. Either way, on the 4 hour, if that's what you're watching, keep an eye. 39,000. 39,060. 4 hour close below there. All of a sudden, you're looking at the Kaijun line at 36. It makes sense. We looked at this value on the 12 hour, and it lines up with the 4 hour as well. We have the 10 moving average and the TK line on the 12, and we have the Kaijun line on the 4 hour. And what we're going to see actually is even more values or indicators are going to be suggesting this level. So 4 hour adding to the bearish lean on the 12 hour. which added as well on the 6 hour. So let's look at what's going on right now. Let's look at what's going on right now. This is what's important to everybody. Why? Okay. Well, I don't know why that won't move, so I'm just going to delete it. So where are we right now? We're here on the Tom Crown Show. No, I'm just kidding. So what we saw a little sell-off from that 42. This was mild. This was very mild. I'm sure I didn't see anyone freaking out today like I did on the 4th. What we saw is the hourly sell-off down to the 50 moving average. Closed exactly at the 4-hour TK line, 39,073 that we're just talking about. And then we saw a bounce. Not quite bullish engulfing on the hourly, but we did close back above the 20. This is like the recipe for movement. Bounce, a significant moving average, in this case 50 and 20. We've been seeing this combo a lot. Bounce the longer, bounce the 50, close above the smaller moving average, the 20, and run. We've been seeing this quite a bit. The hourly has been, for some reason, a very useful time frame to us over the last few weeks, months. Let's take a look here. Ichi, beautiful. We got a cross above the clouds back here. Before I started this episode, we were actually under the 1 hour TK at 40,350, and that was going to be, actually, I have this marked here. Do I not have this marked? Weird. I thought I did. I probably did, and then I hit it somehow. This was actually going to be something I was a little concerned about going into this episode, though that fear seems to have faded because of what we're seeing now while we've been live. Yeah. That concern being that it wasn't going to be an hourly resistance. It lined up actually really well with our previous wick high back here on the 7th. And we had the hourly TK line there. That would be a great spot for rejection if bears were able to reject at this moment. Apparently they were not. And so now we've traded up. This I'm all winging because this has changed while I've been ranting. Trading up to the 618 retrace. This is looking more and more like the dip, like the swing low here. 8 minutes to go in this hourly. Looking for a close above 40,700, above that 618. That will pave the way for the 786 retrace at 41,260, or the retest of the high at 42,000. And unlike the 12-hour, 6-hour, and 4-hour, we don't have that same threat. I guess actually we do on the highs here, but we don't have we have no divergence on our lows. Nothing. That's not really telling. But unlike those other time frames.
Chocolate Rain, can you look at IOTA? It's hardly pumped compared to its at last bull run do. You see any signs of it pumping soon?
Mr. Harry Wilson, my brother. Chocolate Rain. I need to go watch that video again. It's been a decade or something. Yeah, man. We can look at IOTA then. I'm like 2 seconds away from being done here on Bitcoin, so we'll check that out after. So what we have here, unlike the 6-hour and the 12-hour and the 4-hour, is we're actually, on the hourly, coming off of a wave of selling. This is new as well. When I started this, we had no signs of it slowing down yet. Now we do. Trading up here in the 40,000 range. 40,700 range, we see that this candle closing here, if it does in 7 minutes, that will be the first sign of the hourly looking to roll over back to bullish. Very conflicting with what we just saw on the 4, 6, and 12, but lining up with what we're seeing on the daily, weekly, monthly. This has been kind of the situation we've been in for a while, and so I'm comfortable here with that. Not bad. So let's get to this good stuff. Where are our measured moves at? Well, we have a new measured move. What is a measured move, Tom? What are you talking about? We have a new measured move. All we're doing is connecting the swing high to the swing low. Holy Archiscan, my brother. Dude. I don't even know what, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, can I have a hug? Can I just, like, hug you? Because you're making my day. You made my day so many days in a row, brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate your support. Let me know if you want me to look at anything for you. But thank you for supporting the channel, man. Extremely generous lately. It's amazing. It is amazing. Last thing on the hourly. I actually need to correct this because I did this wrong. There we go. On the hourly, we see the 100 moving average overlapping with that important value. 36,000. So I'm again gonna make this bolder. So much lines up with this value. It's incredible. Measure move, that's where we're at. So measure move, we just take our swing high to our swing low, we throw on our Fibonacci tool, and we just see where it goes. Just see where it's looking at. So we can add this one to our repertoire. We have two more that are within really kind of range of visibility here. And this swing high to swing low, if we break 42,000, is suggesting 45,551. And actually, we can see that this lines up really well with the measured move from back in the 3rd of January, the measured move of the 7th of January, and this local one. This lines up pretty well. This is how we got our 40... Where'd you go? This is how we got our 40,000 to 40,600 target before. And so we'll do it again, see how it goes. We do see again, though, a little higher up, and this fits with what we were looking at longer ago. The 3.
What's happening, Tom? Can you look at Ed tonight if you have time? Lekker cheers, brew. Shout out to South Africans on here. Arkasan making me look bad.
Yo, Pestmaster, don't you ever think you look bad, brother. Yo, huge shout out. I'll shout out also, man. To all of Africa. Huge shout out. Guys, where in the F did you come from in the last 6 months? Africa just storming into the crypto space is amazing. It's like absolutely amazing. I still remember when I first saw Nigeria on the list of like highest traded volume in a day, and that resonated with me. Huge shout out to Africa, man. They are helping. They're jumping on board here with crypto, and it's awesome to see. But thank you, Pestmaster. And what did you want to look at? Eth. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at Eth. Don't even worry, it's already pulled up. We already got it pulled up. Let me finish the old corn. We'll look at IOTA, and then we'll take a look at Eth. These measure moves are lining up over and over again beautifully. The one we just identified, the 3 extension 50K, the previous sell-off on the 7th, the 3 extension 50K, and then we look back to the 3rd and the 2618 50K. That's a lot of agreement. It's a lot of the same value being looked at. So we never know when the top's going to be, but we can keep looking for it. And essentially, if we see 4198 broken today, it could be tomorrow, but you see a broken, those are where I'm going to be looking. I know that sounds insane. How many $1,000 move? I don't know. 3,000? That's not even 10% at this point. Gotta start thinking in percents. So there we are. There's the Bitcoin breakdown of the day. We went through all the time frames. We spotted everything we could spot. God help us with these freaking gains. It is out of control. Out of control. Nice. 15-minute flipped over. Excellent, excellent. Awesome. All right, let's see who's up. Mr. Harry Wilson with his IOTA. We're gonna take a look at IOTA for him. Whoa, chat. What's up, chat? Everyone's hyped today. 50K coming, bro. Alright, I mean, you said it, not me. 477 watching. We're back to our good numbers. Welcome back, fam. It's good to have you. Welcome for joining us. Welcome back. Great to see you all again. These 500 concurrent viewer streams are wild, guys. We're about to jump into IOTA and then Ethereum. Then we have a few other little odds and ends that I've picked out for everyone today. We got a good show. Got a good show. Got a good price action going on today. Let me give that friendly reminder, guys. Link is in the chat. It's also pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure to get into Discord. It is the only way, truly. It is the only way to know when we go live. YouTube just never alerts our users for some reason. On Discord, you'll always get a notification. There's 24/7 live stream every day after our live stream. I put the chart we worked on in that live stream up on Discord so you guys can watch it, follow it overnight, you know, have fuel the next day to troll me about being wrong, all the goodies. It's free. There's no cost on Discord. There's a lot of educational content material. Also, since we have 500 again, please remember to subscribe and hit that like button. How are we doing on likes? We doing all right on likes? I think we're kind of behind on likes. 200? Is that it? I mean, I'm not going to complain. 200 is a big number, but if you haven't liked the stream yet, please do. Helps us get visibility on YouTube, helps other people find us. All goodies, all good stuff. It's exactly 200 likes. That's actually kind of pretty. Maybe we'll keep it there. And subscribe, right? Subscribe, is that what I was missing? Probably. Oh, now everything is freezing up. Hopefully the stream is not disconnecting. We do a lot of live troubleshooting too. We're a diverse channel. Let's see, load it up. YouTube never loads for me when I'm streaming. I want to see how many subscribers we have. YouTube, show me. Let's bring up IOTA. Okay, just don't load. Screw you. Oh, I have an idea. Here we go. Okay, 16,966 subscribers. Only 34 to 17,000. A 1,600 subscriber change in the last 28 days. That is record breaking for us. Insane. Smashed all previous subscriber records. Please, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, help us get to 20. You only get one chance to subscribe before we hit 20,000 subscribers, and then it's gone. So don't wait. All right, there we go. IOTA for Mr. Harry Wilson. Let's see. We looked at IOTA recently. We were looking at that time for 36.13 cents. Looks like we got it. Currently trading at 36.44 cents, so we're right there. The daily reaching up as high as, looks like 40 cents. 40.1. Those moving averages are powerful, dude. We're up at 36, so we're right at resistance, right? We're right above resistance, potentially back testing it as support. That's what's going on with IOTA right now. And while that's happening, we have pretty much every daily moving average set up bullishly. 20 is being a little odd, and that's likely because we failed to set a new high. But what we have that is unique, to all of these recent rallies on IOTA, is something we haven't seen since July of 2020. We have the 100 and 200 moving averages looking to cross bullishly, both of them indicating a bullish cross. That's a nice thing to see. It's a nice thing to see when you're up at these heights right above previous resistance, testing out support. That's a nice thing to see. Daily momentum looks a little off. Today's candle Not currently the most bullish looking for momentum, but an hour to go. It would not take a huge change to flip this back to positive momentum here. No issues with RSI. We have a series of lower highs over the last year, and we have a series of lower highs on RSI. No divergence. Nothing wrong there. Nothing to worry about. Not really giving us useful data, but it's also saying that that this high isn't flashing bearish divergence. It's not giving us an immediate signal of downside or anything. The weekly with 2 days left, showing strong bullish buying momentum here on IOTA. We see the 50 moving average on the weekly looking to flip, looking to cross bullishly with the 100. Wonder why I missed this. How did I miss that? Must have looked at the monthly. That I did. Monthly looking awesome. You have 23 days to go. Yeah, you only have to really, you want to close it actually above 36.13, but you can squeak by above 35.3, and you still have a bullish engulfed monthly off of support. It just doesn't get better than that. It does not. 12-hour waning. And IOTA looks good. It's hard to really cut it any other way. IOTA looks good. Really just looking kind of like a retracement. Yeah, we're getting a nice low swing on the 4-hour. Let's see where we're at in our retracement. We have not even retraced to the 50.
Yo bro, can you take a look at GRT when you get a chance?
Let me see. What up, yo, Mr. Gabe? Yeah, man, we can look at GRT. We have Eth to look at next for Mr. Pest Master. But then we'll get to the GRTzels. And Marika. I didn't even see, guys. Sorry, I haven't been reading the chat. I'm in the zone. Marika, thank you for your donation as well. 550 euros. Love them euros. Feel free. Or Eth and Dot doing. Alright, I caught you, Marika. We'll look at Dot for you then. Because we're going to look at Eth anyway, so might as well look at Dot then. Okay. IOTA, not even 50%. Not even at the 0.5 retrace of this rally. And we see looking left that 0.5 retrace lines up extremely well. Extremely well with previously traded levels. If there's more downside on IOTA, I would expect on the 4-hour, the 50 moving average to come up and meet this 50% retrace at 3369, and that's where I would look for a bounce. If it even gets there. If it even gets there. In my opinion, edge is with the bulls here on IOTA. Maybe not, this is not the ideal time to go long on it, in my opinion. When we looked at it before, it was a much better time. But there may be possibility for entry at 3369, right? Yeah. I think that's a good summary. Excellent. Let's go to the Ethereum for Pest Master. Pest Master. Let's zoom it out. Monthly looking beast. You're above all monthly resistances. 1105 was our target after 784, and man, did it hit hard. It hit hard. MACD beastin'. Let's see, and then go to the weekly. The void. And that void played out. That void paid even. That void paid. There we go. It's the void. Weekly, strong as ever. Really fixing a lot of its problems with this move to the upside. We had been anticipating this. You can see we circled this last time because we were watching, saying, hey, we don't have a higher high in our side. That's not good. But one large move to the upside can fix that, and it did. Locally, we have no bearish divergence. We have one more hurdle on ETHUSD, and that's the 2018 high, 2017 high. Oh wow, actually, that's spicy. I've never caught that before. I didn't catch that before. Check this out. Ethereum USD, actually, its highest point in RSI was way before it hit 1400 on Coinbase. This was early 2017. It actually painted bearish divergence on the weekly with that new all-time high at 1400. Spicy. That does actually change things around a little bit. So here's why. Is if we take a look at the highest point in price right here, and then we look at RSI now, not being the highest point in price, we have a higher RSI high. You can see that. I was about to point to my screen, but you guys can't see that. If you look at the current place, the current price of RSI here, it is above the 2017 high. That is, don't get worried yet, don't freak out yet, but that is the start, or the potential start, of bearish divergence on the weekly. Here's all that needs to happen. This is it. All that needs to happen is Ethereum USD just needs to break the all-time high. Just needs to break 1419, 1420, whatever. If it can break 1420, that bearish divergence is gone. It's no longer a threat. I think that's very possible. In fact, I think that's very probable. Not saying right now, not saying today, though, God, who knows? Who knows when it'll happen. But with Bitcoin not just breaking its all-time high, but blasting off, doubling its all-time high, pretty reasonable to expect that alts will at least go back to test their all-time highs in USD. We don't know when, but almost certainly it's coming. Let's take a look at our averages. This is not an indicator I want. Bullish cross. All right, we had the weekly golden cross on the 14th of December. That was right before price exploded. And price has escaped really everything there. Let's see. That was a good target. So Ethereum, where are you? On the daily. On the daily. This could be similar. Was Bitcoin in the same predicament, actually? Let's look. Didn't think it was. Nope. Unlike Bitcoin. So Bitcoin on the daily, momentum still building on the daily time frame. Ethereum USD, though, showing its first signs of calming down, or of that momentum, that buying momentum relaxing. Still can't say I'm worried. There is 48 minutes left, and I don't think it will take really closing much higher. I really don't think it'll take closing much higher to flip this back to the to increasing bullish momentum. And also, what we need to look at is we saw the same price action. Right here. We saw an increase in buying momentum on the daily on the 1st of January. It flashed that it may be waning, or that it closed the candle of waning buying momentum, and we saw a small pullback before a move up again. And so that could be happening again here. Not the end of the world if it closes this way, but if it does close that way, then we do need to start keeping an eye. You start keeping an eye on it, in the sense of another daily closing, probably the start of something not great. Really looks like it needs to just push to that all-time high. Should have pretty strong support below us at 1105. That was our target before. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour looking great though. All right, we have a nice low swing. We don't have selling momentum slowing down yet on Ethereum. Still it's in a selling period, but I think, just as I was saying on the daily, will not take much of a move up at all. And as Bitcoin is climbing, this is becoming likely in the short term that we will close this 4 hour candle with waning selling momentum. What we also see here is this is a very low swing. This is why we actually like these sell-offs, is because what they do is they set up the chart. They set up the chart to be able to paint bullish divergence. This sell-off didn't really go anywhere. Certainly did not go lower than the 21st or the 2nd of January. But our indicators are saying that it was a more violent sell-off, and that creates that bullish divergence that we love. We love to see. We even can see it again. This is actually pretty convincing to me now, actually, at least for the short term. We see it even more locally on the 4-hour here. This is already confirmed, as we've seen the lows in price move up and the lows in RSI move down. That is solid. That is very solid. We could even actually draw this back farther to here and say that this is just a continuation of this bullish divergence. So that's excellent. Right on top, there it is. That's what I was expecting. There we go. On the 4-hour. Remove all the noise and you're just closing candles above the 20. Edge looks good here. I have no time estimate as to when Ethereum wants to test that all-time high. Almost certainly it's just going to depend on Bitcoin and what Bitcoin's doing. But it looks dang likely. Dang likely. Doing it one more time, just like Bitcoin, retaking that 20 on the hourly. Rolling over on the hourly. Yeah, Ethereum looks great. Last thing I'm going to do here is, because we don't always do this, but because we're honestly the all-time high is all we have left above us. Because we do not have much to work with then. Let's look at our measured move. Let's look at both of these. See if we can divine any kind of, there we go. There we go. I tried to find this the other day, I think during this sell-off. I think on the 8th. Trying to find a retracement that lines up with the all-time high, and I couldn't. And I remember saying, that likely means we just haven't seen either the end of this move or the important retrace of this move. The measure move here in today's candle puts us right there, 1431. I like that. I like seeing that. Let's make our little box. Secret little box. So very secret. Go. Let's see, does anything else look good? Here we go. That looks hecka good. There we are. If we see Ethereum break the all-time high, we may already know what the next target would be. Our fib retracements are suggesting 1770 to 1830. We see a lot of convergence there. It's the 2.6 fib retracement, the 4, and another 2.6, double 2.6, all clustered together. All you have to do is break the all-time high, close a candle, and you are set. All right, that wraps up Ethereum. Good chart, good chart. Let's take a look at GRT. GR Tizzles. Oh wait, nope, Marika was first. We'll take a look at DOT, then we'll get to GRT. By the way, guys, when I have so many charts to do in a row, typically that's when I rechat the least. So please don't be offended. I'm not ignoring anybody. I just have to get through a bunch of these things. Where's our target? I know we had a $10 target on DOT. Why is it not on here? Do I have another DOT chart? No, not copy. We're getting closer because 742 was our target below 10. Where are we? Why can't I find you? There we go. Here we are. Now we're doing it. That took me a while. Oh yeah, and this chart even has This chart even has the old data from pre-dot split, which is pretty cool. Long story short, dot is Greg D. I saw Greg D was here. Shout out to Greg D. Greg D, first person I've ever heard bring up dot. This was months ago. This was back in August. He showed me this chart, but you might be able to explain this. Dot did something. Maybe it's similar to what VeChain did, where they had a coin, and then maybe they airdropped and abandoned the previous coin, and they airdropped like 10 to 1. Or was it 100 to 1? If you owned a dot then, after that point in time, which is the 19th of August, you then had 100 dot, as opposed to 1, whatever it was called before. It was probably called dot before, but $10.40, perfect hit. Jeez Louise. Looks like back testing. Okay, this had a different previous target though. 884. Let's take a look. 2. Very nice. All right, so broke through $8.84, closed, tested $10.40, sold off back to support, closed up. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. We are seeing the daily rollover, which is a little concerning. It's a little concerning, cannot lie. However, actually, and very importantly, the reason that this looks so weird, because if you just look at the MACD, like this looks very strange, right? This looks like a stock. This looks like a stock that has years of trading, decades of trading. So the reason is very likely has to do with this. So this chart is actually one where it showed pre and post split. And that's going to goof up the data, because the data thinks that it sold off from $300 to $3 when it actually did not. So I'm going to grab these values. 1040. I'm going to grab these values and put it back on our other chart. Well, we'll leave it here. We'll leave it there. But that's goofing with our indicators. $8.83. It's close enough to the 618. We'll use this. It's goofing up our indicators. Here we go. So we see that the daily is rolling over. However, it is the highest point in price with the highest point in RSI. Though we do have locally a little bearish divergence painting on the RSI. But it's certainly not as bad looking now that we don't have that other kind of, I'm going to call it junk data, because it's not going to interact with the chart in the way we would expect. Perfect, they line up. The chart, the MACD and RSI, they're not aware of what happened with that fork, and so they are showing us what that would look like if it sold off from 300, which it certainly did not. So it looks like we may have a trading range. We have established a trading range here on DOT between 1020 and 893. I'm going to put alerts because this is actually spicy. I'm putting an alert down here. Cool. I'm gonna have to zoom in. 12-hour, 20 moving average. Looks like 36 minutes to close. Looks like it wants to cose above that would be just fine. We see the 12 hours reflecting that rolling over we saw on the daily. Really what Dot's looking for here is any green 12-hour close, and that's likely going to suggest that the selling is at least slowing down for now. You know, it's the series of red candles, but they're not really going anywhere. And whenever that does catch bids, we're going to have bullish divergence on our MACD lows. $2 or 27.5 cents. I guess I can look at it this way. Do not want to close a candle below 27.5 cents. That would not be good. Have all these moving averages above you on the hourly. I think on the 4 hour. The 12 hour, this does not look super great to me. Cannot say it does. Next 30 minutes. 30 minutes to go. Would love to see it close above 34.5, 34.5-ish. Get back above that 20 moving average on the 12 hour and you're doing better, but we don't see divergence yet. We only see on multiple time frames waning buying momentum. The 4 hour though, I guess just like DOT, that's weird. Just like DOT, the 4 hour has potential here to like start showing signs of strength. 30 minutes to go, man. Hope it closes above 34.5. Certainly isn't doom if it doesn't. It's just it hasn't put in that for me it hasn't put in that sign of strength yet, or reversal. This 4 hour close could be the first one. We see potentially waning momentum, and that would give us MACD bullish divergence, as our lows have come down on MACD, but not RSI. I don't have an edge for this one. It's a bummer, but thank you, Gabe, bro. Thank you, bro. Appreciate your donation. And I appreciate you in general, my friend. So, Mr. Tezos. Mr. Jeff Tezos. Dollar, dead cat bounce. That's how you get my attention. You can always get my attention. Just say dead cat bounce on the dollar and I'm there. Let's see. Ooh, a little fake out. A little fake out on the daily MACD. Leading into this bounce. Currently trading at 90. Just above 89.97. Which is likely to be resistance. Would not surprise me to see the dollar close below 89.97, or the Dixie closed below 89.97 today. And this is just in a whole world of problems, though. This is the daily. If you look at the last high on RSI right here on the 22nd of December, then you look at where we are now, you already have higher RSI. And you're nowhere near this high at 90.65. You know, you have a whole nother resistance above you. This looks like it's gonna get faded again. Oh, and the death kiss. Oh, the death kiss. There it is. Just freaking confirming what I could see in the indicators, man. On the daily. Traded up to. I'll just add the Bollinger Band. Traded up to. Oh, that's not the 20. It's the 25. This must be an old chart. I used to have the 20. I used to have the white moving average be the 25. I've hence changed. Today trading above the middle Bollinger Band, or the 20. And then selling off. We see that this same thing happened on the 21st of December with a hard rejection. Let's see, when else did this happen? On the 11th of November. Those are the last few times it's touched. Dollar, in my opinion, is not making any progress until it at least closes a single daily. A single daily above the 20, man. And while it is possible here, let's flip it into the 4 hour. It's possible today. And we did see actually in the opposite view, the 4 hour bounced off of the 20 to reach up into this high. But is it enough? Did come off some bullish divergence on MACD and RSI at the same time, likely the source of this bounce. 4 hour reflecting bullish divergence on lows on RSI and MACD. We see the 4 hour chilling on momentum. Reached up, it's just below where it really needs to be, and it's losing momentum. Dead cat bounce may be exactly what we're looking at here. Why is it doing that? 25 minutes, 30 seconds till close. I mean, really, any way you look at it, the dollar is just dumping through everything. Yes, this is a descending wedge, and we would expect this to break up at some point, retrace some of the losses, but we've been seeing this since, literally since March. You know, we had a low, and then we had a high, and we just have sold off since. And the real problem here is we keep seeing these momentum legs. I point this out each time we look at it. And so really anything that we see here on the dollar, bounce-wise, is likely to play out that same way. Paint another momentum leg and move down. It does not look good. It does not look good. Think about the macro forces in play here for the dollar. There's really nothing that is fighting on the side of the dollar gaining value. Stimulus was just passed, checks were sent out, and we're seeing already talk of the next stimulus. None of those things bode well. Stimulus, absolutely necessary in my opinion. When people aren't able to work on a macro scale, you gotta put out some stimulus. You got to. But it does not bode well for the strength of the dollar. Nothing we've seen at all in the last year bodes well for the strength of the dollar, and would not be surprising to me in any way. Anyway, to see some kind of retracement, just to paint another momentum leg to the downside, and it looks like we're gonna have to turn on slow mode. We have the spamming bots down. I love you bots too. I do. I love you. I love all creatures, living or automated. But slow mode's gonna have to come on so that we can actually read. Wow. Man, slow mode not slowing them down. Holy crap. Guys, whatever you do, please, everyone out there, whatever you do, as funny as it is, as funny as it would be to copy these people, the wrenches are going to be throwing out bans. And so as funny as it would be, if you copy them and do it, you're likely just going to end up getting banned along with the bots. My chat's totally frozen. I literally can't do anything. I can't even hide them. I kiss you too. But if you could please stop. I love you too. Holy heck. Oh, it certainly is a bot. It certainly is not hundreds of people talking in unison. That seems unlikely. Or impossible. Maybe it's just the sentient internet speaking. It's not bots. Wow, my stuff is so frozen. Bots, I agree with you. That's my next target. That's my next target. I've already said it on this live. We are Turks, not bots. Well, shout out to the Turks. I mean, holy moly. Slow mode in no way is stopping them either. And my apologies, everybody. My apologies. Well, good as time as ever. Discord's pinned to the top of the chat. Great place to have non-spammy chats. Don't forget to hit the like button on the new stream and subscribe. Help us get to 20,000 subscribers. Next huge milestone. And Mr. Bots, feel free to subscribe and like as well. I mean Turks, not bots, Turks. We love you. Love you. Ole mole. Does look like we're going up into this close, doesn't it? That it do. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. You know what? I gotta tell you, this is a good time. I gotta take a quick piss. This is gonna be fast. Ninja up. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully the bots have calmed down by the time we get back. But this is gonna be a fast one, not a classic long bathroom break. Alright, I told you it'd be a quick one. Ninja Tom. Release Jutsu. Phew, done. Alright. Let's see. Can we actually look at the charts now or the chat now? Let's see. Maybe. Well, if you're all real people, then I welcome you. I welcome you to our community. I do ask that maybe calm the typing down a little bit. And also, you're all real people, then please subscribe. Please like the video. You can say that you're real people. And I believe in your rights as real people. But I also believe that you can like and subscribe as well. Help us get to 20,000. HBAR. HBAR was supposed to be in this episode, so let's get to it quick. HBAR has had a rocky Bitcoin pair. Saw it pump in March, oddly. Apexing at the dump on Bitcoin, and has sold off for weeks and weeks since. But what we do see is two important things. One, we see selling momentum. Took a meandering road but is waning. In 2 days, a close here, even at this level on HBAR, would be a great sign for a reversal. We would look for a retracement.
I had no idea of the wall of I was defending when I took the oath winking face.
William. Yo, William, you have a good time last night, brother. I had a good time last night. Let's see. Let me just throw in some TA up here on this HBAR. I almost called it graph. On the H brizzle. That works. There we go. That's strong daily buying momentum out of nowhere. Ideally, HBAR and Bitcoin pair wants to close above 160 sats. Now, 15 minutes left. It's not looking so likely, but that's okay. Because, really, all you need is 123 sats. That's it. Close above 123 sats. You're on the daily above the 20. You're back in business. Maybe you backtest it, but it looks, you've already broken through the 50 once. That sets you up. Sets you up for some movement. Daily just rolled over with that explosive candle, 4 hour reflecting it. There we are. Now we found our resistance here. 4 hour 200 moving average. We found the culprit. So really, we could be very, very happy with today's close above 146, 145 sats. 146. That's right where we are. So that's cutting it close. That can look very, very good, actually, if you do. Dollar pair, similar. Nice gains. Flipped from selling to buying momentum on the daily. But this Bitcoin chart is actually what's catching my attention here. Holy man. That hidden list grew. All I ask, well, first off, thank you. Thank you to all the mods today. They're putting in the overtime work. I have no idea. Put in the overtime work. Shout out to the mods. To all the wrenches guys. Thank you. Thank you. Man, it just stinks because it's like, how many people? I wonder how many people were actually people. Oh well. Put it this way, if you're a real person and you got muted today, our apologies. I think it's pretty understandable with what went on. But if that happened to you and you aren't a bot, just send me a message in Discord. Happy to unmute you. They've been spanning all the streams. That's right, John Doe. Probably. Terra L, what's up? But yeah, anybody who's real, if you get hidden today, my apologies. Just message me. I'll make sure you're unhidden. Make sure. We also passed 17,000 subscribers in this episode, so I guess we have a little celebration there as well. Nice. We did see the hourly close with waning momentum, and it looks like with 12 minutes to go, it's looking to make a thing of it. 2 in a row. Looking to flip over. 17,007 subscribers. Another milestone down. Less than 3,000 to go till 20,000 subscribers. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Wild ride this has been. Holy this just popped on my radar again. If you guys have been around, NANO hit our $5 target. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. This is gonna be one of the epic live stream calls. Epic. Close a candle above $2.08 and $5 is your next target. Bam. Drop the mic on that one. That's a legit mic drop. Legit. Wow, monster. Dude, alts are seeing some wildness. Wildness today. Likely to find resistance here at $5. You close above 5, you're looking at 10. This is how these numbers work. We have not closed above 5. I'll leave that there. Your 4 hours looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Just flipped to selling, but this would not surprise me to be a fake out. Especially as the 4-hour candle we're on right now is a bullish engulfing green candle. This may be MACD fake out. 10 minutes till close. That's going to be exciting. That's very exciting. I'm setting alerts. Nano with the swag. Looks like it caught its trend line from back to March that it fell out of. Beautifully played, Nano. Beautifully played. We have the 100 4-hour now lined up with the $1.50. We see the 50s lining up with the 208 previous target. And the 20 is just struggling to keep up. But now above, actually the swing low here, locally, suggesting there may be support reaping up with this coin. Very spicy, extremely spicy. This is going to be hard to look at this any other way than a pennant, than a bull flag. Alright, let's see how this plays out. You've got my attention. Got my attention, Nano. Good luck, Nano. Good luck. Back to Bitcoin, 8 minutes to close. And not a lot has happened. We really caught, like we really did catch that big move as we were coming on here. And since price has not done a lot of moving. 15-minute rolled over to buying momentum. The 30-minute, this is actually the exact opposite of what we just saw in Nano. We see a flip on the 30-minute to buying with a red candle. Gonna prefer to see this close higher. And if not, certainly want to see the next candle be green here on the 30-minute. Or else this could be a fake out on the MACD momentum flip. The hourly, though, suggesting that it is not a fake out. Last hourly closing with waning momentum. This candle, current candle, also looking to close with waning momentum, would take quite a bit of moving here in the next 7 minutes, looking not probable. Looking at not probable to close without that momentum loss, but the 4-hour. Contradictions everywhere, man. Every time frame contradicting each other. When I see that, typically I just resort or fall back to the longer time frames. Man, a close above 41.3 would be fire, but doubt we're going to get that. Though, just above 41 in general would be pretty fire. A 6-hour hammer candle would actually be pretty beautiful here as well. Eliminate that waning momentum. It's less than 1%. Less than 1% away at current price.
Can you look at Auger Rep when you have time? Do breakout. Make sure to eat your crypto hydrates.
Don't forget your waters, homie. Don't forget them waters. Yeah, Rep Auger we can definitely take a look at. Here's a value I may have missed. This is, yeah, I missed this. Gotta admit it. Gotta admit it when I'm wrong. When I make a mistake. 41,043. We can see that we've almost, just almost traded to it. Just below. 5 minutes to go. It's gonna take some hustle. It's gonna take some hustle on the Bitcoin side. But it's not impossible. We do see the 20 is in good alignment. We did close above the 20. We have the 5 kissing the 20 here, down zoomed at the 1 hour. And this candle hovering above the 10. So we actually may see into close this 41. That may be possible. Maybe. There we go. That's a little easier to look at. Let me see. I heard that alert. Harry Wilson, my man. Look at Rep. Is it Rep? William Invest, dude, I missed that too. Sorry, I got distracted. We all took the oath to the wall last night. To the Night's Watch for this night and every night. I don't think I've looked at Rep in a long time. Not sure what we're gonna see. Old trade setup. Still looks good though. Let's get our bearings here on this chart. Let's get rid of these. Oh, well technically this one worked. 1 out of 2. I'll take it. Let's see where we were back then. That is a strange looking monthly. Weekly's not looking super yet. You're looking a little range bound. This was a very old chart. I don't know what I was doing back then. That was placed back in August, almost 6 months plus ago. Nice. Nice. Weekly moving average is very nice. Very nice. Moving averages might be saving this. You do have MACD showing bullish divergence here on your lows. Yeah, low in October, though you do have momentum waning on the weekly again. But what I like... I don't have 200 weeks yet, nope. Is that the candles are closing above the 100, the 50, and the 20 on the weekly. That is the decider, man. If that wasn't true, I would not have high hopes for this. Same's true on the daily. We can see literally today back testing the 200 as support. This might look like an ugly daily, but if it closes here, that could actually be a solid close. You have waning momentum on that close as well, which is not great, but literally, wow, we have an explosive setup, don't we? We have some kind of explosive setup going on. Virtually every time frame. 20, 50, 100 moving averages. So that's 12-hour, daily, weekly, monthly. All lining up right here. What is that? About $17 to $18. That's how you build power. 38 seconds to close. Closing thoughts on rep. Does look like it wants to test $25.78 previous resistance. You can zoom back to Bitcoin because it's moving in here. 24 seconds left. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Candle closed. Let's assess the damage. Hourly. Close with waning selling momentum. Good. Good. That's what we wanted. Now what we need to see in this candle, and we're seeing it, hopefully. Pick it up, bulls. Pick it up, buyers. 40,724. Directly above us. Want to see this hourly trading over that ASAP. Play Dag Eames over on Twitch, subscribing. Thank you, brother, for joining. 4-hour closed, just as ugly, but that is a bullish bottom wick. We can see this has happened a lot lately. The market is responding to these sells. They're matching them with buys, gobbling up these orders. Ooh, Mortals just came on. Good timing. 6 hours still waning. 12-hour closed waning. No, 12-hour did not. Good. Important values today: 41,043 and 41,329. Bullish engulf on that 12-hour would be ideal. Daily closed with momentum. Excellent. Looks like we have another bullish Saturday. We'll see. I like that setup. And Uno. Guerriera. What's up? There we go. Trading over it already. 40,724. Excellent. That's what we want to see. Now go ahead and push up above 41. Let's get this 41.3 out of the way, and let's keep rocking and rolling. Let's put our sights up to the skies again. The god of Olympus. You have disrespected the gods for the last time, Kratos. I will leave nothing of you in my wake. Dude, YouTube is just frozen for me. I think all those messages bogged up my RAM. I gotta close the chat. I gotta close my producer page. I'm not closing the stream. Not yet. You might see a spicy move right now. Right now. I like the way this is trading. Into the new day. Already taken back the levels we were eyeing. Good sign. Wrenches are the greatest level of resistance. I see the chat's calmed back down. Excellent. Excellent. Nano got the close. Good. Or not Nano, HBAR got the close. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. All you gotta do is break the high, Bitcoin. Go ahead. Go on, dog. See, the chat has calmed down. That's excellent. Excellent. We don't have 1,000 bots here anymore. Though, unfortunately, it does look like a stream has lost momentum. It's a shame, because it's looking like the time that maybe people didn't want to be tuning out. We're holding pretty steady though. Mid fours, that's good. Hit all the buttons. Yeah, nice. And good amount of people joining us on Discord. Great to see. There we go. Lots of people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like we got about 20 new fan members on the Discord. Excellent. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Let's go. Make our dreams come true. This movement right here, the 5 moving average rejecting off the 20, this is what's selling it for me. Well, obviously combined with everything else we looked at, including the candle previous to it. The touch to the 50 and bounce, the close over the 20. But that 5 and 20 moving average, that's what's selling this for me. Building my confidence that that measured move is on deck. Oof. Hold on 1 second. Range. YOLO. Oh, let's go, Bitcoin. Let's go. blast it. Let's send it. I can finally read the chat again. What's up, Tom G? How you doing, brother? Didi. Darillo. What's up, man? There you go. Placed. Bulbasaur used Vine Whip. Best name ever. OP. Welcome, brother. Bob Mo. How you doing? Bob Mo. You're pushing that gas pedal, man. It's looking for 42.32, 50 cents above. What the? C Marn, what's up? Yo, Greg D, I was just talking about you, brother. Just talking about you. Shout out, bro. John Davis, how you doing? J Pool TV, KK. Daniel O. Lonergan. Sterling and Freefall. Silver. Going to at least 42.30. Sure. I mean, I'm looking at 43.8 to 48.55, and that's just the local measured move. That's just the local. We zoom it out. We're looking for that 50 at some point. Where did that chart go? I mean, this was from our other stream. It's from our stream on the 6th. We were looking for the 40K range. Looks like we've hit it, rejected. Now we're back testing it as support. I'm in. 42.3, I'm down. I think we can go higher. We just have to push the high. I mean, easy peasy, right? What's up, I am? John Babcanny, I have looked at the CVC chart, not today. Tara L, the bottom of Lake Huron. Sounds spooky. Why haven't I drawn the channel? I don't know. Don't know. Got other stuff here that clearly lines up with it. Really, I don't know. You can interpret patterns and shapes differently. I just don't. I don't see it as much as a channel, personally. It's just the way my eye sees it.
Hey Tom, you rock, dude. Thanks for all you do and are. Will you look at LRC?
The Loopring. Yo, Greg Searfoss. Thank you, man. Take a look at the Loopring. We've been watching that. We've been watching it last few days, but yeah, we take a look. I haven't looked at it today. Last we looked at it, I think I was kind of looking for just sideways trading. Looks like we're getting sideways trading. Moving back, 25.44 cent support. Just now touching that 0.5 in the last day, starting a new daily. Still kind of just this flagging. Though actually maybe this is more of a descending channel now. Let's see the 4 hour. That it is. Or are we looking to roll over? Gonna make some very strong divergence. RSI and MACD on Loopring, man. When that rolls over, you're heading for 92 cents. I mean, just when do you break out of this descending channel? I do not know. Could touch 25 first. Would be probably a strong move either way. Well, at least we got an update. No longer, because we were just like placed this with no knowledge. We just placed it as that was what we were kind of expecting. Now we're in a descending channel pretty clearly. Whenever this slows down, you expect a break to the upside, and you'll get a measured move wherever that ends up. Say it was right here. Love a new move. 12 hour just flipped over to selling. The daily waning. Really same condition we were in. Really don't see any change here. Not seeing what I need to see yet to really deem it one way or the other. Either way, I mean, in my opinion, Loopring is aiming for 92 cents sooner or later. Not sure which. Yeah, that descending channel is perfect. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the support and the donation. I wish I had more to say about Loopring. Don't have too much to add. I'm about to sneeze. We're not. Okay. Thanks, Body. Thanks, Body. 400 watching. We're trickling down. The hype is trickling. Bitcoin's waiting for me to turn off the stream so that I can go ballistic. That's wild. I don't know what to do about that. So there is some explanation of all the craziness earlier, which sucks because there's really no way to undo it. But there's some rationale that they weren't bots. some rationale. Apparently, well, they did say they were Turkish. I don't know how to even interpret this. Like, I don't really have a way to go back and unban them. Apparently, there's a streamer from Turkey that sometimes I do little stream raids like that. I don't know, and they all say the same thing. I will say it was a little unusual, considering slow mode didn't stop them, and typically that does stop bots. And when I said verbally that they were bots, they disagreed, which is also kind of unusual for bots. I'm gonna disable the slow mode. Though, at the same time, this evidence doesn't add up. Because if they were in that stream with that guy, and he said, let's go to Tom Crown's, you would assume he had a stream recently. Hasn't streamed in 7 hours. I don't know, man. This is a mystery. This is a puzzle. I don't have the answer. They were real people then. That sucks. Guess they got muted. Womp womp. They were people, I don't want them gone, come back, but you know. Confusing to have happen while you're live, that's what I'll say. Confusing. Especially due to how many waves of bots we do get. Especially confusing. Seeing a few coins move into this new hour. See AVAX up 10% in the new hour. QNT up 6%. Band up 6%. IOTA up 5%. BTG making a comeback to anything. Decred. And near Ample. Sushi. Lots of 5% moves in the last hour. 30-minute rolling over. 30-minute rolling over. That's actually what we said literally before this close was, if this closes red, we're going to have to see the next candle bullish engulf quickly. And that's what we got, which is pretty cool. Called it live. To avoid being stamped out here, to have a fake out to the buying side, things look pretty good. Bitcoin looking pretty strong into this new day. Rather calm, though. Ninja Boy, that's what's up. I don't even have the ability to ban them or not. YouTube is so lagged on my end, I can't even select messages. I hit the dots and nothing happens. What's up, R. Martin? How you doing, bro? Where were you last night? Where were you? Had a grand old time. I'm kind of beat. Probably gonna wrap it up here. Had a bunch of one-on-ones, and I streamed for 2+ hours. Reasonable. Reasonable to be lower on energy. 400 likes in this stream now, that's wild. Dennis, how you doing, brother? Crypto Slow Joe, bro, how you doing? Yeah, I feel you, Tom. Great name, by the way. Handsome name. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If there are people, I'd prefer them not to be hidden, but like, what do you expect when... I don't know. What do you expect when you en masse do something like that? Like... Yeah, I don't like feel bad or anything, but... Holy crap. Crypto released a video 6 hours ago that got 84,000 views. What? Holy monstrous. 84,000 views in 6 hours? It's like... ridiculous. Oh, actually, it looks like that's kind of his average. Oh well. I feel like I should do a collab with the MM. That'd be nice. Oh well, cool. Never heard of it. No, Wolfpack, hiding him just prevents him from typing. That'd be nice, Harry. I gave Turkey a shout out. Shout out to Turkey. Actually, and I shouted out Africa today. All of Africa. I'm getting a lot of shout outs. Oh, don't start it up again, Megatron. Don't start it up again. Let's take a quick look back at what we were looking at today. Ethereum with this solid close. Solid close, very nice. Rep didn't really move yet. Nano solid close. HBAR got the close we were looking for, but it's selling off despite. This is Bitcoin pair. Likely just retracing in my opinion. See where true dead cat bounce. Time will tell. Looking for sideways trading in dollar pair anyway, so that wouldn't be out of the ordinary. Yeah, you would have moved a little. Dot staying in our trading range. GRT not getting the close we wanted. Oh well, and no. Not looking too great there. ADA, yeah, I didn't even bring this up. ADA did end up reaching our full target of 37.36 cents finally on the 7th. It did not on the 6th, on the 7th it did. And then retraced. Money. Just another money call live on stream. Ooh, this is from Patron Night. Let's see, how did this turn out? This was from last night. We were looking at XLM during the Patron Night. Did we call the bottom, boys? Did we call the exact bottom? I don't know. Got bullish divergence on your RSI on the 4 hour. You got the 4 hour waning selling momentum here, potentially, first candle. Do not want to see that 27-cent low of last night break. If you do, that bullish divergence likely fades away, but looking for a move back up for 36 cents on Stella. Total market cap showing no chill. No chill. Broke a trillion. Green candles for days. SNX trading sideways. Yeah, I think we're just gonna wrap it up for today, guys. I love you. Thanks for joining. Make sure you're in Discord. I'm gonna put this chart up on Discord, as I do. As I do every time after the stream. I'm gonna put that up right now. In the Discord. Link is in the chat. Also pinned. Also pinned to the top of the chat. Here we go. It's up live. Another wonderful reason to join Discord. Make sure you subscribe to the show. We'll be live again tomorrow. And while you have some downtime, check out the Patreon. It's worth it. Invest in yourself. I want to help you become a better trader and accomplish your goals. So until next time, fam, jump on the Discord quick and we'll give you a little time to get in there. Jump in. Don't be a stranger. Hope you all have a great night. Mr. Tazako, what's up, man? I feel like I haven't heard from you in forever. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Check in. Check in sometime. Let me know how you're doing. Yeah, love y'all. I'll catch you tomorrow. Ciao.